Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 2 of our doubleheader today between the Concordia University Falcons and the Dominican Stars. In the first game, the Concordia Lady Falcons beat Dominican 70-46 behind strong performances. Katie Luthi with 20 points, Tiffany Hendrickson with 12 points, and 1,000 points now in her career as well. Camille Parsons with 10 points. The Falcons also recording their 500th win as a program. And we're going to switch gears now to the men's team. Concordia men coming in today against the Dominican Stars. Concordia in second place in the Northern Division with a 6-2 record, 9-6 overall. And Dominican in second place in their side of the division, the South Division, at 5-4 and 7-10 overall. Nathan, when we talk about this game, you know, the last game for Concordia was, or the women's game was more just kind of stay the course. And you kind of knew they were going to win that game against a team that hadn't won a game yet this year. But this is a very different game. Dominican, a very skilled team offensively. What's something that you see or a key to this game that you have found for Concordia to win?
The big key for Concordia here is to use their size wisely. Dominican is not a very strong rebounding team. They only are 12th in the conference in terms of offensive rebounds and 11th overall. However, they're one of the premier free throw shooting teams as a team in the conference. They're second in the South Division. They're 5th overall. The conference will stop today. They'd be the 5th seed in the conference tournament. But the Falcons have a decided size advantage over them. They have a lot of players, Dominican does, under 6 feet tall. Falcons don't have a lot of that. I don't think they have any, actually. They have a lot of size. The Falcons need to use their size wisely. They need to dominate the boards, but avoid making silly mistakes, fouls, and turnovers.
Looking back to the past, Dominican has won 4 of its last 5 games, coming off a win recently as well, 65-52, and that win for Dominican was against Rockford. It was in Rockford. They won 65-52. Keener, their best player, and the one that we'll be talking about a lot, number 1, Anthony Keener, averaging 17 points a game, had 25 points and 12 rebounds, was also 5 of 6 from the three-point line as well. Logan Harris had 10 points and 8 rebounds. Ward had 7 turnovers. That's Josh Ward, averaging 5 points a game, but had 7 turnovers and 0 points as well. And Tyler DeRue had 19 points and 6 rebounds for Dominican. For Concordia, 21-point victory earlier this week against Edgewood, and a huge game for Mark Pace, 20 points. Zielinski had 19 points and 5 rebounds, but also shot 9 of 12 from the floor. And Al Caulfield had 10 points. But the most important thing for Concordia, 15 of 17 from the free throw line in that game. And the team has won 5 of 6, as I mentioned, 71% free throws in those wins. So something that we saw as a major disadvantage for Concordia earlier this year. They're turning slowly now into a big plus for this team.
It's very true, Bill. Concordia has always been has been evolving from day one here. And with the loss of Lakeland losing earlier in the week, that puts the Falcons literally on the cusp of taking first place here. Lakeland's still a very formidable team here, but the Falcons have gone from a 4th place team in their division to just half a game behind for first place, and they are a work in progress that has been changing and shifting and improving as the season went on.
Lakeland goes down. Concordia 1 game behind the Muskies so far, with a huge game against Lakeland coming up later on this week. But first we have the Dominican game. That'll get tipped off in a little bit. We'll take a short break so that we can get to the national anthem. You're watching Falcon basketball.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mel's Pickerel State, here inside the John Field House for this afternoon's men's Northern Athletics Conference basketball matchup between the Dominican University Stars and Concordia University, Wisconsin Falcons. Let's meet the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. They will be met in an alternating fashion. First for Dominican, number 1, Anthony Keener.
And we welcome back. We're going to get to the starting lineups here for this basketball game between Concordia and Dominican, the second game of our doubleheader here today at the John Field House. We'll start with the Dominican Stars. At guard, and the one we'll be talking about a lot today, Anthony Keener, a 5'11 guard from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Another guard, Kevin Tiongson, a 5'9 guard from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Taylor DeRue, a 6'2 guard from Holland, Michigan. Logan Harris, a 6'4 forward from Pleasant Plains, Illinois. And Josh Ward, their 6'7 big center, 250 pounds from Burr Ridge, Illinois. For the Concordia Falcons, same as they always have been. Brian Donaldson, a 5'11 guard from Greenfield, Wisconsin. Malcolm Bowers, a 6'3 forward from Germantown, Wisconsin. Mark Pace, a 6'4 forward from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brian Jackson, 6'5 senior forward from Carroll Stream, Illinois. And Steve Zielinski, a 6'9 senior from Brown Deer, Wisconsin. So we've got the Stars against the Falcons. As you mentioned, Nathan, the Falcons should have a pretty formidable size advantage. Maybe not at center, because the Stars center Ward does a lot of scrappy things underneath, and he's 6'7", so he's not going to. Zielinski won't have as much of an advantage as he does against the rest of the conference. But at forward, a pretty sizable advantage around the edges for the Falcons.
It's just like we saw in the last home game, Bill. Zielinski, if he gets covered, the Falcons have options. They can go to Brian Jackson, they can go to Mark Pace, they can throw in Keith Caulfield and Mark Scholes to mix things up here, and that will really sustain the Falcons as their depth in the front court.
Some things for our viewers to look for today. Dominican shooting, they're up there in many major categories in the conference offensively. Third in points, third in field goal percentage, second in three-point percentage, and first in free throw percentage. On defense, however, one of the worst defenses statistically in the conference. 11th in points per game allowed, 12th in field goal percentage, and 8th in three-point percentage, and 10th in steals at only 4 steals per game. So it could be a game, it could be one of those up and down type of games, or will we see one of those patented second half clampdowns by Concordia today?
And both these teams fighting for position right now. Concordia would be a third seed if the tournament were to start today. Dominican right now, it would be in fifth here. Both these teams fighting for space here as the month of February is coming up, and competition for those playoff spots are going to be huge.
Zielinski, tip back to Donaldson, and Concordia collects. Donaldson working outside right. Looking to go inside, nothing there. Now to Pace inside to Zielinski. Zielinski looking for some space. Up, no good. Rebound to Dominican.
Zielinski testing the waters early here. He said he has a very formidable opponent here playing against him in Josh Ward.
Ward won't score a lot of points, but he's a great defender. Ward with the ball. Give to Keener. Keener back to the right. Now dribbles back left. Give to Harris. Harris fires up a long three. No good. Rebound to Bowers. Bowers up quickly into the forecourt. Give to Jackson. Jackson fires up a three. Good! Brian Jackson. 3-0. Concordia leads.
Brian Jackson letting Dominican know early the Falcons can shoot from outside when the Spirit moves them.
Keener. Give the ball to Tiongson. Tiongson fighting around Zielinski. Now to Pace. Back to Keener. Keener works inside to Tiongson. Long three. Looping three. Good for Tiongson, and it's 3-3.
One of the best three-point shooting teams in the conference is Dominican, Bill. Falcons need to be a little more careful there on their perimeter defense.
Bowers. Pace. Now Jackson on the left. Back to Zielinski. Zielinski inside to Pace. Pace working up. No. Stripped away by Keener, and here he comes. Guarded by Donaldson. Keener up. Floating shot. Good for Keener, and it's 5-3 Dominican.
A sophomore Keener, perhaps the most durable, most seen Dominican star out there on the court, showing everyone why he is their number one guy.
Pace fires up a three-pointer off the stutter step. No good. Rebound to Keener. So far, Keener everywhere. 5-3 in the early going. Dominican with the lead. Keener worked on by Bowers. Now give to DeRue. DeRue threw the ball away into the bench of Concordia, and it'll go to the Falcons.
Both these teams are very quick-moving teams, Bill, and Concordia could stand to take advantage of Dominican. Dominican does not give off a lot of turnovers, but they can make mistakes if they're trying to transition a little too quickly.
Donaldson, now Jackson. Jackson on the right, looking to work the ball inside. Nothing there. Bowers at the free throw line, walk with the ball, and it will go back to Dominican.
Bowers took a little stutter step there on the catch. He was not expecting to catch the ball that soon, and it showed.
Keener will bring the ball up. 5-3 Dominican in the early going. Tiongson, guarded by Bowers. Inside, looking for Harris. Harris up, no good, no foul called. Zielinski. Pace might have got a piece of it. Donaldson now up the floor quickly. Donaldson, wild shot, no good. Rebound to Keener. Keener looking for DeRue. Tiongson, long three, no good. Rebound to Zielinski.
Falcons so far doing a very excellent job in the defensive boards, boxing out in 2 and 3.
Donaldson with some room at 15 feet. Give to Bowers. Bowers back to Donaldson. He'll run the offense through Bowers. Now to Jackson between the circles. Working left. Give to Donaldson. Now to Bowers on the left baseline. Bowers around a screen. Give to Pace. Into Jackson. Jackson looking for some room. Give to Bowers. Bowers straight up. No good. Tip, no good. Rebound to Dominican. Tiongson coming up quickly. At 15, ball knocked away by Bowers, and it'll stay with Dominican.
Both these teams trying to feel each other out here. They're trying to do it quickly here. Falcons need to go in a little bit stronger to that basket against a team like Dominican, who's going to play him tough every step of the way.
Inbound to Tiongson. Ward to give a pick here. And Tiongson goes around but stops. Now they're looking the ball inside. Back to Tiongson. Harris. Inside quickly to DeRue. DeRue back to Harris. Ball knocked away. Here comes Donaldson. Donaldson up quickly. Donaldson up. Oh, and a huge foul. Big foul. Ward brought the hands down on Donaldson's head, and Donaldson will go to the line for 2.
I don't believe Ward meant anything by it, but size mismatch there. You got to modulate how hard you go based on how little the opponent is in front of you, and that was a size mismatch that just should not have occurred like that.
I guess since both of his arms came down, you could make the assumption that he was going for the ball. Donaldson's first is up and good.
Gotta give Brian Donaldson credit. Despite a blow like that, he did not let it rattle him one little bit.
Tough point guard for the Concordia Falcons. Ward checks out of the game. Into the game is James Stawars. Maybe one of the better last names in the conference.
I wonder how many jokes he hears, Bill.
Probably daily.
James Sports checks into the game.
Donaldson's second. Up and good. So tie ball game. 16-13 left in the half. Tiongson. Looking for space. Bowers guarding Tiongson. Stawars gathers between the circles. Guarded by Zielinski. Tiongson now running the offense. Calling the plays. Guarded by Bowers. Guarded closely by Bowers. Now Tiongson around a screen. Looking inside. Ball kicked away by Jackson. It'll stay down at this end with Dominican.
Dominican ball.
DeRue to bring the ball in. To Tiongson. Tiongson now to set the offense. Guarded by Jackson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Drives into the trees. Nothing there. And Stawars at 15. Stawars blocked by Zielinski. Nothing on the clock. And Pace gathers the rebound. Might have been a 35-second. Inside. Zielinski. Big dunk. Steve Zielinski. Beautiful pass.
Steve Zielinski using his size greatly here right there. First in the defensive end with a jumping block. And right there, an excellent play set up by Donaldson.
Keener into the lane. Give to Harris, easy 2. 7-7 with 15 minutes left in the first half. Donaldson between the circles. Looking inside, give to Bowers. Bowers back to Donaldson on the baseline. Donaldson looking for a screen, nothing there. Give back to Bowers. Ball landed out of bounds. It will go to Dominican. Scholes checking into the game. His first action of the day for Concordia, as well as Kegley. Casey Kegley and Mark Scholes into the game for Concordia.
Falcons trying to switch up their rotation here early, try to keep Dominican off balance. Dominican playing very well, but so far we're dead even here.
Keener. Outside into Stowers. Stowers, a nice move around Zielinski for the 2, 9-7 Dominican. Kegley back to Scholes. Scholes looking, nothing there. Now to Kegley. Kegley give Pace. Pace, long 3, good! Mark Pace, oh, long 2, they call his foot on the line. 2 points for Pace in a 9-9 game. Scholes applying the man-to-man pressure. Tiongson up the floor. Tiongson give to Stowers. Inside, stolen by Zielinski. Nice move to get in the passing lane. Here comes Kegley. Kegley up the floor quickly. Give to Jackson. Firing up a 3. No good. In and out.
That was just a darn shame there for the Falcons. It was a good play defensively, and Jackson had a wide open look there, but he didn't get the bounce.
Keener to DeRue. DeRue up and good. Just over the outstretched hands of Zielinski. It is 11-9 Dominican. Kegley working his way inside. Give to Scholes on the baseline. Back to Kegley now between the circles. Kegley drives inside lane, up, and no good. Rebound to Dominican.
I'm going to need to use the clock a little bit better. They're rushing the shot here maybe a little too much in the early stretch.
The pace definitely favoring Dominican right now. Keener at 5 feet. Running jump shot, good for Keener, and it's 13-9. As Concordia calls a timeout, and Coach Cassidy not happy with the defensive effort so far in this game.
Well, the defense here has been pretty tight at times here, Bill, but there are several times where they allow a gap there that shouldn't just not be there. Anthony Keener so far setting the pace there for Dominican. And he's not a terribly tall man. He's a 5'11" sophomore, and he's getting inside with relative ease.
Concordia so far in this game today, usually one of the better defenses in the conference, and it looks like Dominican speed is giving them trouble so far. Concordia will bring the ball in on the floor for the Falcons. Kegley, Jackson, Scholes. Caulfelt checking into the game right now. That is Keith Caulfelt and Mark Pace. Kegley between the circles. Give to Caulfelt. Ward back in the game for Dominican. Jackson with the ball now. Give to Pace. Pace looking for Caulfelt. Will fire up a 2 instead. Good. Mark Pace. Long 2 again for Pace, and it's 13-11 Dominican.
Pace, one of those players who's gifted with the ability to shoot from any spot on the court.
Ryan Risley in the game for the Stars. Keener with the ball. Looking inside to Ward. Ward to Harris. Harris blocked partially by Jackson. Risley back to DeRue. Now to Ward. Ward into DeRue. On the left. DeRue trying to get around Jackson. DeRue now. Nowhere to go with the ball. Gets it to Risley on the baseline. Back to Keener. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Keener works between the circles. Looking inside, but nothing there. DeRue now driving into the lane, up, and no good. And an offensive foul on DeRue. And the ball goes to Concordia.
Player control foul on number 11, Taylor DeRue. 17 seconds.
Back into the game, Tiongson checking in for DeRue. Jackson inbounding to Kegley. 11:50 left in the first half. 13-11 Dominican. Jackson. Caulfelt. Inside to Pace. Pace looking for space. Inside, up, no good. Rebound to Scholes. Scholes up quickly. Good. Mark Scholes with some beautiful work inside. 13-13.
Mark Scholes is proving to be one of the more excellent front court players here for Concordia. Doesn't have a lot of size on the side, but he makes up for it with tenacity.
Keener. Ward on the left. Back to Keener now around the screen. Keener looking to go baseline. Has the space up. No good. No foul called. Give to Risley. Risley with the offensive rebound. Risley, Tiongson. Tiongson on the right. Tiongson around. Up, around Scholes, no good. Rebound to Pace. Pace will push. Pace firing up a three, no good. Pace had a little heat check there. Keener with the rebound and brings the ball up. Keener now between the circles at 15 feet. Ball tipped away. Back to Keener. Now to Risley. Risley inside. Harris. Harris up against Caulfield and good. 15-13. Concordia leads and the scoreboard has just failed. So we're trying to get the scoreboard plugged back in. Could be that one of the fans on the far side of the court knocked the plug out. There we go. Looks like we're back up. Oh, no, we just lost it again. Thought we were back up and running. And I believe we are. Concordia will take the ball. It looks like they're going to give it to him at midcourt. Kamara checking into the game. As well as Al Caulfield. So both Caulfield brothers on the floor with Scholes, Kegley, and Kamara. Scholes now to Kamara. Kamara looking inside, but nothing there. Give to Caulfield. That's Al Caulfield. Caulfield working his way left. Give to Keith, his brother. Keith from 17 feet. No good. Rebound to Keener, and he's fouled by Kamara.
Falcons shooting selections going a little not as well here early in this point in juncture in the first half. They need to pick their shots a little bit better.
Keener takes a seat. DeRue back in the game. And a little confusion again at the scoring table. Looks like they're going to have, looks like they got it figured out. I'm not really sure what they needed over there. Inbounding Harris to Tiongson. Also on the floor, Risley, DeRue, and Ward for Dominican. Tiongson working. Now to the baseline. DeRue. DeRue working his way inside. Give to Risley. Risley, long three. No good. Rebound to Kegley. Kegley on the push. Brings it up. Give to Al Caulfield. Caulfield to Scholes. Scholes on the right. Now into Keith Caulfield. Working his way below. Now nice move by Caulfield in against Ward. No good. Rebound to Kamara. Tipped up. No good. Rebound to Dominican.
Concordia needs to go a little stronger at the basket. They're getting opportunities at the glass. They're just not strong enough to finish.
9:20 left in the first half. 15-13 Dominican. Tiongson into the lane. Passing back out to DeRue. DeRue around a screen. Inside, Harris, nice move, up, and no good. Rebound to Ward. Ward going up. Blocked by Caulfield. Ball taken back, though, by Risley. Inside Ward. Ward up, no good, but a foul.
Much better defensive effort there by Concordia, but a lot of disorganization on the floor cost them forcing the turnover.
Josh Ward. Usually the big men have better shooting percentages. Ward shooting only 20% from the field on the season. 86% though from the line. Typically when you have a good free throw shooter as the first one goes in, their field goal percentage is not far behind, but Zielinski checking back in as well as Donaldson for Kegley and Kamara.
And Josh Ward is one of the better defensive centers here in the conference. Very strong player, not the most graceful, but he makes up for it just sheer size and strength.
Ward second up, no good. Violation.
Looks like
will be called on Caulfield.
It looks like Caulfield stepped in the lane. It did look like he lost his balance a little bit, but apparently he crossed the line at some point.
So Caulfield with the violation, so Ward gets that second shot over. Little redo here for Ward. Second shot for the big man. Up, and it is good. 17-13, Dominican leads. Donaldson now into the front court. Give to Scholes. Scholes to Caulfield. Donaldson now wheeling around. Give to Al Caulfield. Long three, Caulfield, no good. Rebound, Scholes, and he stepped out of bounds. Boy, very athletic rebound by Scholes, but he just stepped on the line.
Very true. I mean, he kind of had to come over the Dominican player boxing out. That's why there was no foul called. But you have to give him credit for trying.
Risley guarded closely by Caulfield. Now give to Tiongson, who will be guarded by Donaldson. Man defense here for Concordia. Donaldson switch with Zielinski, now switch back as Tiongson gathers the ball. Around a screen, Tiongson give to Ward. Ward wide open three, fires it up, no good. Rebound to DeRue. One up over Scholes for that rebound. Inside Ward, ball tipped away by Zielinski and a foul on Zielinski.
They hit Zielinski for putting a hand in Ward's back. It was not much contact, but it was enough there to make a difference.
Scholes checks out of the game, Pace back into the game. Not sure that Coach Cassidy was happy that Scholes was leapt over for that rebound. DeRue around a few screens, guarded by Caulfield. Now to Tiongson on the left. Tiongson at the free throw line, inside Ward. Ward guarded by Caulfield. Big mismatch and up and no good. Rebound to Caulfield.
Excellent defensive effort by Keith Caulfield against a player who's got at least 20 pounds of muscle on him, but he stuck with it and forced the bad shot.
Caulfield to his brother Al. Now to Zielinski at the top of the key. Give to Donaldson. Donaldson to Caulfield. Caulfield looking inside, nothing there. Give to Donaldson. Donaldson over to Al and threw the ball away.
Donaldson was looking for Caulfield to cut into the free throw line. Caulfield couldn't find a way in there because of the defender, and Donaldson's pass had nowhere to go but to the out-of-bounds line.
7:47 left in the first half. 17-13, Dominican leads. Harris, Tiongson on the left. Coach Cassidy barking out the signals. DeRue inside, Harris, jump hook, good. Logan Harris with the two, 19-13 Dominican. Donaldson give to Caulfield. Caulfield working around some screens, fires up a long three, no good. Rebound to Dominican. Tiongson between the circles, running the offense. Around a screen from Ward. Tiongson at 15, gives up his dribble. Back to Keener, who's now in the game. Keener around a screen. Looking for another screen. Keener at 5 feet. Outside, Harris, wide open three, long three, no good. In and out again. Dominican just missing a couple three-pointers. Donaldson. Give to Pace. Pace between the circles to Caulfield. Inside, nice pass into Pace. Pace up and no good. Pace missed it. Ball tipped away to Dominican. Full timeout is going to be called by Dominican as Mark Pace was a foot away from putting Concordia within 6. But so far, the defense of Dominican surely surprising so far today.
Well, it's been a very defensively played contest. Neither team has hit 20 yet today, Bill. It's been a very, very physical, very, very scrappy game. Both teams contesting everything, trying to pick apart the other team's defense, but both defenses are playing excellent. Both defensive rebounding has been excellent on both sides. There have been some hiccups here and there, but the Falcons have been trying to hammer it inside, but they just cannot seem to get in there despite their size advantage.
So Concordia so far, we touted the defense of Concordia, but Concordia's offense really struggling so far. And Dominican taking advantage. And you're right, Nathan. You know, we look on the inside, and there's this huge mismatch in size, but Dominican doing well so far on the glass and doing well to keep Concordia out of the lane.
That's very true, Bill. And it's not a mismatch you'd think would happen, would come out that way. Concordia has managed to get into the lane, but they're just, by the time they reach the glass, they're just exerted all their energy just getting in there. And then Coach Sean Cassidy has a lot to talk about with his team in that huddle.
On the floor for Dominican, Stewars, DeRue, Keener, Tiongson, and Harris. For Concordia, Jackson back in the game with Donaldson, Bowers, Pace, and Zielinski, the starting five for Concordia back on the floor. Keener, outside right. Donaldson almost rips the ball away. Give it to Youngson. Now Donaldson almost takes the ball away. Does. Runs right into the scorer's table. And Donaldson's a little shaken up.
Brian Donaldson once again trying to inspire his teammates with a very physical play as Concordia tightens up the man there. That was one of those plays that could have gone either way.
Donaldson looks like he's okay. Donaldson, human wrecking ball so far today. He's taking a shot to the head. He's run through the scorer's table. Now guarding man-to-man against Keener. Trying to intimidate Keener a little bit outside. Keener's step up, jump shot, no good. Zielinski rebound. Donaldson up quickly. A man on a mission, Brian Donaldson. Give to Jackson. Jackson nowhere to go. Stopped by his own man. Pace, now Bowers. Back to Jackson. Jackson thought about the three. Coming up the lane. Good. Brian Jackson, a nice left-handed shot. 19-15, Dominican.
Brian Jackson, rather than going through the defender, decided just to stop and let it up there, and that was the perfect move for that situation.
Keener guarded by Donaldson. To DeRue. Guarded by Pace. DeRue outside, and a blocking foul called on Jackson.
I think Jackson just wanted to make a little bit of contact to give DeRue a little moment of disorientation there, but he did it just a little too hard there. Really obvious call for the official.
Tough foul, about 27 feet from the basket. Keener, outside left, guarded by Donaldson, who's done a nice job on him so far today. Keener now between the circles. Give to Tiongson, guarded by Bowers. Down the baseline, nowhere to go. Stawars up and good. Got Zielinski in the air. 21-15 Dominican. Bowers. Give to Pace. Pace outside right. Now works back to 18 feet. Give to Donaldson. Donaldson looks. Now Bowers on the baseline. Bowers inside. Nice move up. No good. Rebound to Stawars and Dominican. Keener to bring the ball up. He's been quiet so far today. DeRue. Guarded by Pace. Now Jackson. DeRue at 15 feet. Give to Tiongson on the swing. Wide open three. Good. 24-15. Dominican leads.
Falcons here be getting a taste of Dominican's exceptional three-point shooting ability.
Donaldson airballs a three-pointer, and Zielinski was tripped on the way out. But no call. 24-15. Still the score. Casey Kegley will check in for Dominican. Excuse me, for Concordia. And Donaldson goes to the bench. Tiongson to bring the ball up. Looking now, Stawars inside. Nothing there. Give to DeRue. DeRue. Checked by Jackson. Now to Harris. Wide open jump shot. Good. The pick and roll is going very well so far, and it's an 11-point lead for the Stars.
And the Stars are executing very well in this last stretch here of the first half here. Falcons they're putting up a decent defensive effort, but they're still just not getting their offense into it the way they should be, Bill. They should be hammering it inside, doing quick jumpers on the out, but they just cannot seem to get the ball where they need it to be so they can make decent shots.
So far, it's really been a matter of the pick and roll offense for Dominican is tearing apart the Concordia defense. A lot of pick and pop going on right now, and it really is showing in the scoreboard. And Concordia, quite frankly, shooting very cold so far today.
Very, very true. And Dominican's offense, facing the Concordia help man, have used the pick and roll as best they could to slash and attack the basket so they don't have to rely on their three-point shooting, even though they can do it, and they have proven it here today. Concordia, as you said, just shooting from the outside has not gone the way they have. They've been trying to hammer it inside, but they just cannot seem to seal the deal at the glass.
So Concordia usually in the second half, they make their adjustments at halftime. They come out in the second half and have dominated games, quite frankly. Will need, it looks like, another one of those type of games today as they are now down 11 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Jackson, Kegley, Zielinski, Pace, and Bowers on the floor for the Falcons. Keener, Daru, Stawars, Tiongson, and Harris on the floor for Dominican. Bowers. Pace now. Give to Jackson. Jackson to Zielinski. Zielinski to Kegley. Kegley cross-court pass for Bowers. Quick pass back to Jackson. Long three. Good. Brian Jackson, a big three-pointer. 26-18 Dominican.
Brian Jackson's actually one of the better free three-point shooters on this team, Bill. And they were just trying to get him in the look there to remind Dominican that they can strike when they want.
Tiongson to Harris. Working his way left. Give to Daru. Daru outside. Keener wide open for three. Good. Keener answers with a three. And it's 29-18 Dominican. You can't leave him that open. Jackson fouled. No basket, but a foul.
Brian Jackson trying to hammer it in there. His three-pointer is just the medicine the doctor ordered for the Falcons, who hadn't had a score here in quite some time. And now he goes to the line here with a chance to, once again, chip away at that gap and give the Falcons some much-needed points to close that gap up.
First shot for Jackson. Up, and it is good. Jackson shooting 62% on the season. Here comes the second shot for the senior from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Second shot up and good. Jackson cuts into the lead. 29-20. Dominican leads with 2 minutes left. 2:58 left in the first half. Tiongson. Give to Keener. Keener outside. Guarded by Jackson. Almost another foul on Jackson there. Daru now at the baseline. Daru from Harris. Daru back outside. Give to Harris. Harris now back to Daru. Harris works between the circles. Guarded by Pace. Now going right to the hoop. Up and good. Nice move by Daru. And it is 31-20 Dominican.
Daru, one of the better shooters in the conference there. Made an excellent move in there, and the Falcons just kind of let him have it.
Bowers at 15, no good. Rebound to Harris. Ball fought for and gathered by Keener. Keener up to Tiongson. He'll come up quickly. Daru back to Keener. Keener wide open three. No good. Rebound out of bounds to Concordia.
Dominican showing how good of shooters they can be here in these last few minutes. Falcons so far still have not been able to quite get their shooting stroke going here. With 2 minutes left in the half, they don't have that much time.
Kegley, as Concordia trails by 11. Give to Zielinski. Zielinski to Pace. Pace guarded by Daru, and he traveled.
Pace switched his pivot foot on that play. He didn't notice that he did it. I don't think he even knew he had done that, but the move of his left foot, which he wanted to be his pivot foot, wasn't down when he switched them.
Ward checks back into the game. For Dominican, for Stawars. Keener. Guarded by Kegley, and he works now the offense. He'll set that up between the circles. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:35 on the game clock. We're in the first half. Concordia trails by 11. Inside Ward, back outside Daru. Now to Tiongson, wide open three, short. Rebound to Zielinski. Kegley up ahead quickly. Here comes Bowers. Bowers inside, back out to Pace. Pace, nice spin move inside. Back to Bowers. Good. Malcolm Bowers, nice pass from Pace. 31-22 Dominican.
I don't think Bowers was expecting that pass, but he knew what to do with it when he got his hands on the ball. That was an excellent move there, and the Falcons need to do more of that coming up in the rest of this game.
Tiongson with 1 minute left in the first half. Concordia trails by 9. See if they can cut into this lead a little bit more. Tiongson with the ball. Give to Keener. Keener sets up the offense with 15 left in the shot clock. 10 left on the clock. Keener inside, fouled by Kegley on the floor. And Kegley bails him out. So we go back to a 35-second clock, 45 seconds left in the first half. Kegley was beat there, did all he could. Daru into Tiongson. 39 seconds, and they look content to wind this clock down. 25 on the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Keener, guarded by Kegley. 26 on the shot clock. Or excuse me, 26 on the game clock. 12 on the shot clock. DeRue inside. Threw the ball away, and it'll go to Concordia. Concordia will get the ball back. No time on the shot clock there. Clock is off, and 17.7 left. It looks like they're going to bring some shooters in. Pace and Bowers out.
That was good defense on Concordia's end right there, because Dominican's a team that can shoot, so you want to force them to make bad shots if you want to come back in this game.
Concordia down 9, 16 left in the first half. Kegley across midcourt, 10 left in the first half. To Jackson. Jackson fires up a long three, no good. Rebound to Ward. 3 seconds, 2 seconds left in the half. Here comes Keener. Keener running three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. Almost got it to go. 31-22, Dominican leads after the half. We'll be back with stats and storylines of the first half and the second half of this basketball game. You're listening to Falcon Basketball. And welcome back to the R. John Book Fieldhouse here at Concordia University, Wisconsin. We're at halftime, game 2. The Dominican men leading the Concordia University, Wisconsin Falcons 31-22 at the half. We'll go through some stats and scores here for the first half. Leading the way for the Stars, so far a pretty balanced attack. 7 points for Anthony Keener, Logan Harris with 8 points, as well as 5 rebounds for the Stars. And for the Falcons, 10 points for Brian Jackson on 2 of 4 from the three-point land, 2 as well from the free throw line. 10 points for Jackson, but the rest of the team really shut down. And I think the big storyline so far is the Falcons shooting 8 of 24 in the first half, and that's just not going to get it done. The Stars taking 7 more shots in the first half, 13 of 31, and holding onto the ball, doing pretty well there. Only 5 turnovers in the game. But Concordia just not shooting well at all so far today.
Not at all, Bill. Another big stat here is that they've been out-rebounded. Dominican has 4 more rebounds than the Falcons do. And that is something the Falcons need to change right now because they're supposed to be one of the premier rebounding teams in this conference, and they're getting outclassed here.
So Concordia with 3 blocks, not a whole lot. Then Dominican, in the paint, we talked about Concordia's advantage for the most part in size, but Dominican outscoring Concordia in the paint at 18-8. Concordia being outscored on turnovers as well as 6-4. And the only thing they have right now is 2 second chance points. And typically when Concordia is really working on all cylinders, you see them getting offensive rebounds and you see them getting a lot of putbacks on those reloads.
Very true. Another key stat here is the bench has only contributed 2 points here for CUW. This is a team that usually relies on its bench to give it an extra boost when its starters aren't particularly shooting well. And with Brian Jackson at 10 points, people like Mark Scholes, Boubacar Kamara, and the Caulfield brothers need to step up here and widen the scoring attack here. The Falcons want to achieve their average of 60-plus points a game.
Had a great halftime show from the athletes of the Special Olympics of Ozaukee County, maybe providing a little bit of inspiration for the Falcons as we work towards the second half. And a special thanks as well to the women's basketball team who brought us some dessert, some cake from their victory, their 500th victory today as well. So special thanks to them as we needed the sugar up here in the booth. And we're about to get started in the second half as Concordia now comes out to the floor. They're down 9 points. As we start the second half, it looks like Concordia will control the ball. Excuse me, I'm incorrect. It looks like Dominican will have the ball to start the second half. On the floor for the Stars, Harris, Keener, Ward, DeRue, and Tiangson. And the original starting 5 on the floor for Concordia: Jackson, Donaldson, Bowers, Pace, and Zielinski.
The Falcons need to open up here, Bill. They need to open up offensively early and often. They need to set the tone from the moment they touch the ball.
Keener with the ball between the circles. Now outside right. Looking for a pick. Give to Harris. Harris to the baseline. The pick and roll worked very well in the first half. Tiangson now outside left. Double team. Give to Harris. Harris right to DeRue. DeRue guarded by Jackson on the switch. 9 seconds on the shot clock. DeRue at 15. Pull-up jump shot is good. DeRue expands the lead to 11.
DeRue, one of the better shooters in the conference there. He's been pretty spot on here today. The Falcons need to respond right back now and keep the ball rolling in their favor.
Largest lead of the game as Bowers mishandles that one and has to give up the shot. Jackson on the baseline back to Donaldson. Donaldson, Bowers. Bowers looking inside, nothing there. Bowers at 15 drives the lane and traveled with the basketball.
Bowers was expecting to go up the moment he brought his hands together, but he made contact with the defender and didn't know what to do with the ball. He took an extra step in the process.
Keener to bring the ball up. 19 to go left in this basketball game. We're early in the second half. Dominican enjoying their largest lead of the day. 11 points over the Falcons. Harris long 2, no good. Rebound to Harris, though, on the putback. Up, no good. But might have gotten fouled, but he got away with it. Zielinski to Donaldson. Donaldson back to Jackson. Jackson thought about it, passed it up. Now going inside, give to Bowers. Bowers up, and good. Malcolm Bowers on a nice baseline move. And really it's a 9-point lead.
Really like the way the Falcons move the ball there. Now the Falcons bringing up a press, trying to show the Stars that they can move the ball and they can be a very speedy team themselves.
Falcons down 9. Stars with the ball. Keener between the circles. Give to Tiongson. Tiongson now works between the circles. Tiongson backside, Harris. Harris wide open deuce, no good. Rebound to Bowers.
Concordia starting to show a little more dominance inside here in these first 2 minutes of the second half.
Pace looking for some room. Now give to Bowers. Bowers inside quickly. Drop step. Up good. Malcolm Bowers. 33-26 Dominican. Keener across midcourt. Keener with 7 points in the first half. He averages 17 a game. Keener now dribbles right. Keener between the circles, give to DeRue. DeRue quickly inside, slicing to the hoop, up no good. Rebound, Harris, shot up no good, but a foul.
Good aggressive play there by Zielinski. He did not like that call there, but the officiating team saw it all around.
Surprisingly, you see Harris underneath doing a lot of work, but not Ward. Harris's first shot up, no good. Logan Harris, a 75% free throw shooter on the year, averaging 13 points and 9 rebounds a game. Second shot for Harris, up and good. Rolls in. 34-26, Dominican leads.
Dominican's probably going to go to Logan Harris a few more times here, Bill. He's a quicker player than Ward and can get around Zielinski with a lot more ease.
Bowers give back to Pace. Pace drives. Give now to Donaldson. Donaldson looking for some space, looking for some room to work. Give to Jackson. Jackson working his way inside. Drop step up and good. So Concordia must have heard us talking about how few points in the paint they have because they've gone right to the paint so far this second half.
And Brian Jackson there, excellent move there. He has a really soft touch when he goes to the hoop, but it works out for him because he's a taller, longer player than most.
Bowers and Zielinski team up to deflect the ball out of bounds. It goes back to Dominican. 16:49 left in this basketball game. 34-28 Dominican leads. Looking for Keener. Keener around a screen. Jackson trying to hedge back on the defense. Give it to Harris. Harris working on Jackson. Harris up, no good. Might have been blocked by Zielinski.
Yeah, I have credit for Zielinski using his wingspan just to reach out and touch it.
Donaldson between the circles, works inside. Up and good. Brian Donaldson. A little running finger roll. 34-30 Dominican.
Falcons coming alive here. Brian Donaldson, with his size, you don't think he would make a move like that, but he did.
Keener across the midcourt stripe. DeRue guarded by Pace. Back to Keener. Now guarded by Jackson. Now nobody's on him. Keener fires up a three. No good. Rebound to, go to bounce. Zielinski did not grab it.
Falcons got a little better there. Miscommunication. Brian Jackson thought that was a help defense. Apparently someone thought he caught the switch there, and Keener got a really good look all by himself. It was Concordia's fortune that he just couldn't hit that time.
Bowers back to Donaldson. Donaldson now to Bowers. Cross-court pass. Pace. Pace thought about it. Passes it up. Inside. Zielinski. Ball knocked away. Back to Jackson. Jackson up and good. 2-point lead for Dominican. And a timeout called. Dominican was up 11, and Concordia raced a 9-0 run. And now it is a 2-point lead with 15:36 left in this basketball game.
Well, it's been the Brian Jackson show here. Brian Jackson really coming alive at the beginning of this second half, fighting his way in there. He's been the heart and soul of this offense here, but you have to give Concordia credit and a team effort, the way they have improved, the way they have solidified their defense and offense in the paint. They've been attacking the paint, and they've been guarding the paint with a intensity double what they did in the first half.
I think Concordia now with more points in the paint in this half than they had already in this half than they had the entire game. So I believe they have 9 points in the paint so far this half. They had 8 in the entire first half. And you're right, Brian Donaldson, Brian Jackson doing a very nice job so far for the Falcons. 12 points so far for the senior. Ward brings it into Keener. Keener guarded by Donaldson. Donaldson probably one of the better on-ball defenders Concordia has. Keener across midcourt. Harassed by Donaldson. Ward now to Tiongson. Tiongson, DeRue. DeRue guarded by Pace. Now inside. Harris. Harris up and good. Harris with a tough shot over Zielinski. 4-point lead for Dominican. Bowers, drive baseline, up and good. Malcolm Bowers, nobody even guarded him. 36-34 Dominican.
You never want to give Malcolm Bowers the baseline. He knows how to come out, go on the baseline and come back out to that glass better than anyone else in this Falcons team.
Tiongson to Keener. Keener dribbling left, looking for Harris in the pick and roll. He wasn't there. Tiongson straight through the lane, up, good, and a foul. They get Zielinski another foul for the big man, and that'll be his third.
Steve Zielinski doing what he can in there. Used his body a little too aggressively, and that's what they call him for. He gave him a bump with his hip. May not seem much to a bigger player, but when it's a player much smaller than you, they're going to call that.
Zielinski not happy he's coming out of this basketball game. Kamara in. Zielinski's third foul, and we have 14:48 left in this game. Tiangson's shot up and good. 5-point lead for Dominican. Donaldson to Pace. Pace between the circles, working inside. Get back to Donaldson now on the right. Looking for a screen from Kamara. Donaldson now to Jackson. Jackson guarded closely by Harris. Get back to Donaldson. Now to Bowers. Bowers working his way inside. Might have been shoved. Gets away with one. Pace working baseline. Up and good. Mark Pace, a little hurt from him so far today. Gets a nice 2-point basket.
I said Malcolm Bowers is the best at coming off the baseline, but Mark Pace is a close second.
Tiongson working the left side. Guarded by Bowers. Ball stolen away by Jackson. Donaldson now up quickly. Give to Pace. Pace inside. Kamara. Kamara working against Ward. Kamara up. Ball tipped away. Guarded by DeRue. Here comes DeRue down the right side quickly. DeRue up and under around Jackson and good.
DeRue's got a great maneuverability. Good hustle by Brian Jackson to get down there, but that would not stop DeRue at all. He saw it coming and knew exactly what to do.
Terrific job of keeping himself under control. Donaldson has some space there. Give away to Bowers. Bowers looking inside, nothing there. Now to Donaldson. Donaldson with him 5 feet off of him. A nice pass to Kamara. Kamara inside, makes the shot. Trips a little bit on the way back, but it's 41-38. Dominican leads with 13 minutes left.
Falcons doing a good job of staying in this game. They ramped it up, they caught up. Now they just need a little more momentum push.
Nice move by Keener right down the lane. Past Donaldson for an easy 2.
Anthony Keener is one of the fastest players in the courts right now. He's one of those players you got to hold no matter who's on him. He's got to keep him just outside.
Nice move by Donaldson, up and no good. Rebound by Pace, up. Oh, excuse me, that was Bowers. A foul on the shot, and Bowers will go to the line for 2.
Donaldson thought he was fouled. He can't believe the whistle didn't blow earlier. But Bowers, good anticipation, way to get in there and draw the foul against the big man.
Bowers will go to the line for 2.
They called it on Keener. Keener apparently committed the foul. I thought it was against Ward.
Maybe it was just choose whoever you want. Bowers misses the first.
Well, both teams have been doing that. Both teams have been rebounding in clusters, 2-3 players deep, attempting to push everyone out there. And that must have been one of those cases where Keener was getting in on the rebound just as much as Ward was.
Tiongson and Ward out. Stowars and Risley in. Bowers' second is up and good. He checks out of the game. Scholes in, as well as Kegley in for the Falcons as Donaldson and Bowers take a seat. 43-39 with 12:45 left in the ball game. Keener will bring the ball up. Keener works his way down the right side, guarded by Kegley. Now Kegley and Kamara give to Stowars on that pick and pop. Give now Harris. Harris to DeRue. DeRue working his way right, guarded by Jackson. Now back to Harris. Back to DeRue. Now they'll switch back. Pace and Jackson have been switched up there. DeRue against Pace. DeRue from 15 feet, up and good. Boy, he is all over the court, and DeRue's having a great game. 45-39.
I can't tell him about how DeRue is one of the better shooters on this team, one of the better shooters in the conference, and he just seems to be unstoppable.
Jackson, long three, no good. Scholes, though, the long rebound. Kegley on the offensive. Let's see if we can get one on the reload here. Kegley again working his way around the perimeter. Ball stolen away by Harris on the interior.
Not the best pass right there. That part of the lane was a little too congested with traffic to make that pass.
DeRue working his way, 7 feet up and good. DeRue makes another shot. And it is back to an 8-point lead. Pace fires up a long three. That is no good. Rebound Jackson, beautiful board, Brian Jackson. Jackson having a great game so far, 47-41 Dominican.
Brian Jackson once again getting in there. Falcons doing much better in the defensive boards.
Scholes looking for a steal, he got it. Scholes quickly ahead. Here comes Kegley, up, ball blocked away. Kegley gets the ball back, looking outside. Give to Jackson, wide open three, no good. Rebound is to Keener.
Taking a three probably wasn't the best move there, Bill. They got a second opportunity. They probably should have tried to find something a little smarter than that. I know they were trying to fire the team up a little bit here, but
Jackson looking for the momentum shifter. DeRue with the ball, guarded by Jackson. DeRue trying to break him down. Now to Risley. Risley open for three, no good. A 3-shot foul, though, by Scholes.
Good anticipation there by Scholes. It looked almost like that foul was after the shot, but they're going to call it a shooting foul here.
Ryan Risley to the free throw line, a 64% free throw shooter, and that first shot is up and good. Pace coming out. Looks like Pace will stay in the game. Risley's second shot is up, and it is good. Now they will check out. So Pace will check out, as well as Jackson. The Caulfield boys coming in, Al and Keith. 49-41, Dominican with the lead. Concordia has chipped away, only to see that lead expanded again, now to 9 on the made free throw. So it's back to 9, back to the halftime lead as Tiongson checks in for Risley. Here comes Kegley up quickly. All subs in right now for Concordia. Kegley to Scholes. Scholes inside. Give to Kamara. Kamara. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Kamara. Stowars was all over him.
Concordia's bench wanted a foul there. Concordia's been trying to draw fouls in the lane here. They're not getting any calls here.
Keener up the floor. A lot of the damage so far being done by Dominican's DeRue. Keener dribbling out further and further back. Give to Tiongson. Tiongson splits the defense. Tiongson at 7 feet. Tiongson turnaround jump shot is good. Boy, oh boy. 11-point lead now for Dominican.
Falcons getting outclassed in the mid-range jumpers here.
Caulfield to his brother Keith. Now to Scholes. Scholes to Kamara. Kamara inside Caulfield. Caulfield turnaround hook shot. No good. Rebound tipped up and tipped into the hands of Harris. Harris outworking Kamara underneath. Tiongson. Double team. Here's Harris. Harris wide open. Look for three. Good. Nothing but net. And it's a 14-point lead for Dominican. Timeout on the floor. Full timeout called by Coach Cassidy. 55-41. Dominican leads with 9:33 left in this ball game, and they have been outworking on that pick and roll all day so far.
Well, it's been a story of Dominican being the team here with the advantage, has been transitioning every time Concordia gets wise to their game here. It has worked for them. When the pick and roll started to go away, they would find DeRue and let him just have his shot mid-range jumper. As soon as the Falcons capitalized on that and started playing the double team game, they went back to the pick and roll, and that's been working wonders for them. And the Falcons got their offense back into this game. Unfortunately for the Falcons, they've hit another cold snap here for their shooting streak, and it has not been friendly to them.
Logan Harris right at his averages for rebounds already with 8 rebounds, but 14 points as well for Harris, the junior forward, and he's right at both averages, 13.5 points a game, 9 boards a game. So he's at right at about, the pick and pop has been working very well for them, and Concordia, quite frankly, hasn't defended it yet today. So they're doubling, they're hedging on every pick, and they're letting the screener get away with a free release. Scholes to bring the ball in. Scholes, Kegley, Caulfield, Al and Keith Caulfield, and Kamara. Keener, DeRue, Harris, Stewars, and Tiongson on for Dominican. Kamara works a screen left. Scholes from 8 feet, no good. Rebound to Dominican, out of bounds to Concordia. The rough shooting continues.
I was going to say the exact same thing, Bill. The Falcons shooting just really needs to find its rhythm. They need to do it fast.
Caulfield give to Kegley. Kegley shot up and good. Casey Kegley makes the shot, and it is a 9-point game. Excuse me, 12-point game.
Falcons here trying to add a press here to try to force some mistakes like earlier.
DeRue, double team, ball quickly out. Keener wide open three, good.
Falcons trying to double team DeRue, but they forgot that Anthony Keener can shoot the ball just as well and from further away.
Scholes, 15-point lead for Dominican. Here comes Caulfield for three, no good. Rebound tipped away, back to Keith Caulfield. Al now with the ball. Scholes on the right. Give to Keith Caulfield. Kegley with the ball outside left. Now back inside to Keith. Caulfield up, nope. Thought about it, goes up and under, up and no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Camaro. It'll be Dominican ball. Looking for some room. They already gave Harris the ball and nobody was paying attention. Tiongson will gather. Tiongson guarded by Caulfield. Cross midcourt. Tiongson picks up the dribble, gives to DeRue. Guarded by Scholes. Here comes that screen. Inside now, Stewars working his way against Kamara. No good, but a foul.
Kamara unnecessarily reached in on the shot there. All you got to do is give him a little bit of a bump and hope it upsets them there, but he put his hand down. When you do that, as soon as the hand drops lower, they're going to call that foul.
Starters are still on the bench, but looking to come in. It looks like Zielinski will be into the game as well as Jackson.
Zielinski's rebounding presence is really going to help the Falcons along here.
Stewars first is up and good. 59-43. It's a 16-point lead for Dominican. Falcons are going to have to start shooting well and start shooting well very fast. Second shot up, no good. Jackson the rebound. Scholes back to Kegley. Kegley working his way inside. Now give to Caulfield. Caulfield, might have been a carry, and they let him get away with it. Jackson guarded closely by Harris. Harris, ball tipped away, but a foul. Looks like Keener will pick up his second foul. Oh, no, that is Harris that picks up that foul. Looked like I thought Keener, they might have gotten the reach in, but Harris picks up the foul. Inbound to Zielinski, now to Kegley, now to Caulfield. Inside, Zielinski looking to work. Zielinski up, no good. DeRue picks up the foul. Do they say he's shooting? It'll be on the floor.
Got to admire Dominican's restraint here so far. They only have 3 fouls.
Inside, Zielinski on the rebound, no good. Stewars collects that board.
Coach Cassidy insisting that some fouls are going on here the refs are missing.
Tiongson. Ball knocked away by Jackson. Almost a foul on Jackson there. Kegley guarding Keener. Keener inside, 7 feet. Keener up, no good. Rebound to Stewars. Offensive board for Dominican. DeRue back to Keener. Keener again into DeRue. DeRue working outside. And a foul is going to be called on Jackson. Looks like Coach Mark White of Dominican perfectly fine with the rewind of the shot clock. They're going to take it back out to 35 seconds, and it looks like Dominican's going to start really working the ball on offense.
Falcons putting their starters in, hoping here for an intensity boost here. Mark Pace's scoring needs to come alive. The Falcons want to catch up here down the stretch.
Donaldson and Pace back into the game for Concordia, as well as Ward for Dominican. DeRue, give to Keener. Keener working his way outside, almost went over and back. Jackson hedging on every single screen. 9 seconds on the shot clock. DeRue just letting it wind down. DeRue, 7 seconds left. Lost the ball. Back out. Keener wide open for three. No good. Rebound to Bowers. Back comes Pace. Pace quickly up the floor. Pace up. No good. And foul.
You hear that one all the way up here, Bill.
The other end of the floor, Jackson was imploring Pace to get up in DeRue's face. That is the fourth on the Dominican forward. Pace to shoot two. First shot up, and it is good. Mark Pace makes the first. It's a 15-point lead for Dominican. Zielinski and Jackson move to the backcourt, almost conceding any kind of rebound. Second shot, Pace, no good. Rebound to Dominican.
Believe Sean Cassidy wanted his tower players to get back sooner there in case of a Dominican quick move.
Dominican timeout called as DeRue just had gotten around his defenders. 30-second timeout for Dominican. We have 6 minutes exactly left in this basketball game, and Dominican leads by 15. And so far, Dominican shot well in the second half, and Concordia really just not shooting well at all.
Well, Concordia had a spurt there where they were catching up there, Bill. But the problem is their shooting has gone cold, and they need to really start stopping people on defense. They've just been hapless against Anthony Keener and Taylor DeRue, and Dominican has done a good job of switching its attack between the two of them.
6 minutes left in the ball game. If you're just joining us, the women's team for Concordia winning easily over Dominican earlier today, but the men's team struggling mightily so far in this game. 15-point lead for Dominican. Ward takes the inbound to DeRue, who's had a great game so far. Pace guarding DeRue. DeRue now working right. Ball out of DeRue's hands, maybe off of Zielinski's foot, and it was. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Very content with running that clock all the way down. DeRue guarded by Pace. Out to Keener. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Keener, 15 feet. Keener has to force one up. Shot up, and it is no good. Rebound tipped away from Bowers, but Bowers collects. Would have been a disaster for Bowers to lose the ball there. Here comes Pace. Pace around his man. Inside, knocked out of his hands. Ball up, and no good. Rebound to Harris. Harris had the ball knocked away, but Keener collects in the corner. Give to Tiongson. Tiongson up ahead to DeRue. DeRue with some numbers. DeRue up and good. Looks like Zielinski didn't want to pick up his fourth more than he wanted to block that shot. Donaldson's shot, wild shot up, no good. Rebound to Tiongson, and he is fouled as he takes a step. Might be a little early to get this desperate, I think, for Concordia. 17-point lead.
Well, time is starting to run short out of them, Bill. It's 5 minutes. This game's not over, but they need to start getting some stops, and they need to score every possession they get now.
Lots of buckets needed here for Concordia. Keener. And it looks like Dominican will be content with running this clock down to 0 on the shot clock almost every time. DeRue. Guarded by Jackson on the hedge. Now to by Pace. DeRue working right. Had beaten Pace there. Now give to Harris on the pick and roll again. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound to Bowers. Concordia's going to have to push. And they'll have to push the rest of the way. Bowers up ahead. Shot up, and it is no good. Rebound collected by Keener.
Sean Cassidy cannot believe the lack of foul calls that have happened on his end.
Only 4 fouls by Dominican so far this half. Keener. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Guarded by Bowers. Now to Tiongson, guarded by Pace. Tiongson. Fouled by Pace. Pace fouls Tiongson, and that will send Dominican to the line.
Foul number 34, Mark Pace. That's his first.
Tiongson, an 81% free throw shooter. There aren't many players on Dominican's team that you would prefer to send to the free throw line. Tiangson's first is up and good. 62-44. Dominican leads. Second shot from Tiongson is up and good. So it's a 19-point lead with 3:55 left. Bowers give to Donaldson. Donaldson working his way inside. Ball knocked away by DeRue, and DeRue collects. Pace guarding DeRue. Give back to Keener. Lots of turnovers. Keener across half court. Looking for a double team trap. Nothing doing there. Give to DeRue. DeRue inside at 15 feet. Pass to Keener. Keener will bring the ball back out. Give to Tiongson, and Tiongson will hold. Now to Keener. Keener, nobody's on him, but he passes it to Ward. Ward to DeRue. DeRue into Harris. Harris back, and it's just quick passes now for Dominican. DeRue, 7 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds on the clock. Outside. Harris wide open for three. No good. Rebound to Pace.
Falcons have to score now on this possession, otherwise it'll become all she wrote.
Basically the rest of the way. Here comes Pace up inside. Fouled and a bucket. Mark Pace finally gets one to go in the second half.
Mark Pace, one of the scoring champions of Concordia, just could not get his roll going here today.
So far, Pace shooting pretty well so far on the game. But, Concordia themselves just struggling mightily from the floor so far today. Pace will get the extra shot. Looks like there's some extra sweat on the floor on the far side down here by the baseline. And you know it's all hands on deck when the players themselves are out there on the floor wiping it dry. Looks like we're ready to go. 63-46, Dominican leads Concordia. A 9-point halftime lead has stretched to a 17-point lead. 16-point lead now as Pace makes the free throw. Keener bringing the ball up quickly across the midcourt stripe. Give to Harris. Harris double team, gets through it. Back to Keener. 26 seconds left. Bowers guarding Keener closely, trying for a steal, trying to do anything to get that ball. Now is fouling Keener. Keener will go to the line for a bonus shot.
Bowers there trying to establish his position there, but Keener tried to go around him, and they locked hips. So the locked hips, the favor is going to be shown toward the ball carrier.
Keener for the 1-and-1. First shot is up, and it is no good. Keener missed it. Back comes Concordia. That's Edwards. Give to Bowers. Bowers looking inside on Tiongson, up and good. 63-49. Edwards up to Tiongson. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Now to DeRue. DeRue to Keener. And a foul called on the steal of Edwards. Edwards looked like he had that theft, but they call him for the foul. That is Keener that will go to the line. Scholes checking into the game for Pace.
Keener here with some pretty critical free throws. He makes this, once again, just makes that situation for Concordia all the more desperate.
Keener missed again. And here comes Edwards. Bowers looking baseline. Forces a shot up, no good. Ward with the rebound. Boy, Edwards had Jackson wide open on the baseline. Here comes DeRue. 2:08 left in the game. Give to Tiongson. Concordia down 14. Edwards guarding Tiongson. Now Bowers guarding Tiongson. And a timeout called by Coach White. 1:54 left in the ball game. 63-49. Dominican leads the Concordia Falcons. and it might be too little too late here for Concordia today.
Well, Concordia made a spirited go of it earlier in the second half, but eventually it just got to the be that they were outpaced by the scoring attack of Dominican. And Dominican with 2 players, Anthony Keener and Taylor DeRue, and they expertly just switched the attack between the 2 players. Whenever Concordia adjusted, they would just go to the other player, and that is exactly the problem that Concordia faces. They weren't able to guard both of them.
Concordia being out-rebounded so far by Dominican, and Concordia shooting 2 of 13 from 3 so far today. 13 on the shot clock, minute 53 left in the game clock. Keener, the ball outside right. Works his way inside, is fouled as he was trying to get the pass back out, and he will go to the line, I believe, for 2 shots now. It is a double bonus.
Falcons trying to go for either the steal or the foul. Either one would do it this case. They're trying to do a combination of both here, but they put Keener back on the free throw line. He's been a little cold here lately, but he can shoot the free throw.
Keener's first is up and good. 64-49, Dominican. Keener's second is up, and it is good. Jackson inbound to Edwards. Edwards ahead. Bowers. Bowers works his way inside. They give him that easy 2. He missed it, but he got fouled. Bowers will go to the line. Keener's second foul. Bowers to the line for 2. Wonder when it'll get to the point where they even maybe take Zielinski out and start putting some shooters into the game. Bowers' first shot up, no good. Cannot afford to miss free throws. These are free points with no time going off the clock. Bowers' second is up, no good. He missed it short. No points on that possession for Concordia. Tiongson with the ball. Give to DeRue. DeRue coming up quickly. Give the ball to Ward. Ward double teamed and now gives to Tiongson. Minute 26 left. Keener, triple team to Tiongson. Tiongson back to Keener. Keener being trapped again. Ball kicked away by Zielinski. They put the clock back to 15. 65-49. And now they're going to get some shooters in. Princeton will check into the game for Zielinski. Rough game thus far for Zielinski. Jackson guarding Ward. 11 on the shot clock. Ball stolen away. Guarded. It'll be Concordia basketball on the jump ball. At this point, you're going to need some three-pointers and a whole lot of steals. Edwards up the floor quickly. Here's Scholes. Scholes turns. Scholes at 15. Scholes to the lane. Up and a foul, and he made it. You're going to call Tiongson for the block. Scholes to go to the line for the extra shot.
Mark Scholes hustling in there. And we could have used that a few more minutes ago. He's been a little cold here today himself. He's another player who can score in double figures who just couldn't get there today.
Scholes first is up and good. 65-52 Dominican. Needs some help here on the inbound. Ball almost knocked away by Princeton. Up ahead, Tiongson. 1 minute left in this basketball game. Wonder if they're going to start fouling. DeRue gathers. Now to Keener. Keener guarded by Edwards. Keener working his way around. Inside, Harris. Harris has passed to Ward. Ward, Tiongson. Tiongson will bring the ball back out. Concordia not fouling. DeRue collects, and now it's thrown away. Princeton threw the ball away. Princeton threw the ball away on the steal, and DeRue is hurt.
He's grabbing his left calf.
I think they're going to get him off the floor. Risley will check in for DeRue. DeRue had a fantastic game today. Risley inbound. Tiongson to Keener. This might do it right here. A ball thrown away by Keener. Concordia basketball. 28 seconds left, 65-52 Dominican. Scholes collects. Scholes fires up a three. Good. Mark Scholes hits a three. 65-55 with 21 seconds left. Inbound pass to Risley, and he's fouled by Edwards. 19 seconds left in the ball game. 10-point lead for Dominican.
Foul on number 12. Edwards is second.
Edwards' second foul, and he's played most of this about the last 8 minutes of the second half.
Putting in there for his speed, hoping for steals.
Risley's first shot is up and good. Dominican done a nice job. Doing a nice job in the second half free throw shooting. Risley's second is up and good. 12-point lead for Dominican with 18 seconds left. Edwards to Bowers. Bowers inside, works his magic, and is up and good. 12 seconds left. 10-point lead. Ward. Stolen by Edwards. Edwards, Bowers. Bowers up. 8-point lead. Boy, a little too late. 6.2. Risley tripped away. Prinzing collects, but he was out of bounds when he hit the ball back in. Concordia will go down fighting today. 2.5 left. Inside to Tiongson. Tiongson gathers the ball, and the game is over. 67-59. The Concordia Falcons fall today to the Dominican Stars. And really, Nathan, it was just a matter of a little too late. They finally stepped up the pressure towards the end of the game. Couldn't get enough steals. Didn't shoot really well at all in the second half, and the game just got away from them about midway through the second half.
Well, the big problem here today, Bill, was that their offense took a while to warm up. It warmed up for a little bit there at the beginning of the second half, and then it went cold again, and then warm up again until after the gap was so large that they literally needed to stop on every play to catch up, but they couldn't get those stops because Dominican had their scoring attack figured out. They had 4 players in double figures. They kept moving it back and forth between them, and Concordia just could not adjust to the offensive threats they were facing.
The pick and roll offense of Dominican works its magic today. Dominican beats Concordia 67-59. That'll do it for us today. Concordia goes down, so the women win the first game. The men lose, so Concordia split the doubleheader. We hope you all have a great day. You've been watching Concordia basketball.